Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. I'm again Master Darius. Last we left off, I decided to run up and do a little bit of shopping, but as I was heading back, I actually ran into a thing. Here. You asked me for one, I said no, not until you're older and more responsible. Do you remember this conversation? Gordy's eyes are fixed on the ground in front of him. Yes, sir. And yet I find you out here playing with a blade that certainly belongs to the knights. Do you see the problem? I didn't steal it, honest. I traded a secret for it. Ask him. Amor turns to you. What my son says true? He wants to be a crucible knight. I thought it was a good way to get him started in an honorable profession. Stares at you a moment and shakes his head. I still don't approve of my boy having a weapon, but I'm glad he's no thief. You can keep the blade, but I'll holding on to it until you're a squire with the knights. Come along, Gordy. I won't have you loitering out here all day. Well, that could have got worse, I feel like. I think. Anyways, but yeah, I had run up to do a supply run because I realized for some reason the game hadn't saved when I wanted it to save, which is troublesome to say the least. So I ran back up, realized, oh hey, none of these shops have the scroll of the Untamed Wilds that I needed to do the survival check. Because it turns out, as per the usual, I am the idiot. And the, this thing, friendly fire was off. Because, you know, the friendly AoE shit still counts as friendly fire. So, yeah. Finally frustrated at that. Like, I think I spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out what the hell was wrong with that. So yeah, but my save was where I had the 2 scrolls remaining. But for some reason it didn't save that save. So I had to spawn in those scrolls back. And I did the testings and the whatnots. And yes, it was in fact my own damn fault. And I wouldn't bother doing the whole save thing were it not for the fact that the goddamn... for the spawning thing, if it weren't for the fact the goddamn save fudged up. There are less dangerous places to live as meager a life. You're hiding from something, or someone. Bjorn looks around the dingy chamber and nods slowly, expression pained. Yeah, I guess that's plain enough to see. Very well, it's true. I've been hiding from the knights down here. But it isn't what you think. It was an accident. It's been hard for me here in Defiance Bay. I suppose I thought if I got involved in city business, if I made the right friends, it'd get easier in time. And it did, really. I made a name for myself, a place. People actually listen to me when I talk. Well, they used to. People can get very passionate about these things. We were discussing, I think it was shipping agreements, all the things to fight over. But this one night, this man, he got very angry. I think maybe he'd had a little too much at the inn. And I guess he didn't like an Orlin talking back to him. I struck him. He came towards me and I hit him and he went out over like a tree. I guess he struck his head on the way down and turns out he was a knight. Crucible Knights won't care how it happened, they just want me gone. They won't let me live long enough to see the rope. Please. Looks at you with pleading expression. I just want to get out of the city. The second I can get money for passage, I won't trouble anyone again, I swear. I'll live quietly, but you can't. Please, you can't tell him I'm here. Take him prisoner. No. Yeah. Give him 300 copper. Here, this should be enough to buy you passage out of Defiance Bay. But this is... They said you were a kind soul, but I wouldn't have imagined. This will see me out of the city and well away. Not sure I could ever thank you enough, but here, take this. I hope it's some use to you on your journey. You have my lasting gratitude, friend. I should get ready. Rabbit fur gloves. Well, I just hope he doesn't kill someone in the future. I decided his fate. Wait. Now what the hell did you give me? Sorry. Plus 0.1 to crit damage multiplier. So that increases the damage by essentially... Let's see if it's a multiplier, so that's like 10%? Yeah. Fur gloves appeared in Adrian fables and bedtime stories for hundreds of years, typically as lucky gifts to individuals of particular virtue. The gloves were first mentioned in a bedtime story about a girl who, in the midst of a famine, gave a piece of fruit to an elderly crone. The old woman in turn gave rabbit fur gloves to the girl, and though it was summer, she accepted them graciously. She wore them and managed to forage enough to feed her family, and a few short seasons later, she became a hunter of uncanny skill. In other stories, the gloves are given to brave warriors, hard-working servants, and honest shopkeepers. The last story in mention the gloves is that of a notorious pickpocket, Sandurin, who lost them when he stole an apple from a wizened old crone. Although the gloves appear to be sewn from the fur of different rabbits, there is no detectable seam between the many-colored pelts. They're soft and cozy, yet when you put your hands in them, your fingers still feel quick and nimble. A rabbit's foot dangles from the left glove, and their natural warmth suggests the presence of essence. That's a crying shame that he's got the gauntlets of ogre might. But while we give the rabbit furs over to Eater, which, by the way, back at the inn, I had stolen this bartender's ring. 20% more damage against spirits and vessels, and plus 5 to will. The simple wooden ring is orange and gray, and it glows when you're not wearing it. The ring's actual history is more speculation than fact, while all sources agree that it was owned by Errol of Levi, and that he acquired it after a period of exile. Stories differ on the particulars of how he got it. Some say it was a gift from one of the gods, and others say it was the boon of a pact he made with a wicked power. Oh, yeah, that's a neat thing. Right, I was gonna swap that with this because this is meh. This was, excuse me while I have an aneurysm trying to pronounce this. Catacombs hazel, which, you know, more accuracy as long as you're standing next to them, or rather attacking the same target. It grants a chance on critical hits to do a jolting touch, which is 20 to 30 shock damage, and it jumps. Neat. Yes. I wonder if I couldn't enhance it more. No, I can't. Pretty much everything now, if I wanted to make it exceptional, superb, or legendary, requires heckin' rubies. Well, it helps. Okay, this is already exceptional, so never mind. Could follow that lightning motif it's got going on, apparently. Well, with the jolting touch, I mean. How much would it be? Shocking lash. 25% more shock damage, 200. Yeah, let's do it. Shocking lash. Alright. Cool. I quite like that. That is a cool way to do things. Right, there's that. So I also looking at the map. This is the Temple of Wodica. We don't want to go there yet. I don't want to go there yet. If only because plot is in that direction. I'm still rather annoyed by the fact that the skills are not like... You can't have one person chime up and be all like, hey, my survival is a +9. So I'm able to tell you this thing. Hello. Oh, not dank spores. Heckin' hell. hate these things so much. Is that the same? Yep, it is the same one. Alright, yeah, right over there, dear. In the flames, cool. Thanks for so much. Sporlings, whatever. Dank spores, they can go to hell. And please just die. Dank spores, whatever, or the dank spores, whatever, the sporlings or whatever, the freaking dank spores are the problem. And I was really hoping that the downstairs area there was gonna just be more freaking just more catacombs. I like to explore. Oh yeah, and enough time had passed that I was able to start construction on another thing. I just forget what the thing was. It was down here. The courtyard pool. Gonna make my goddamn place look pretty. Oh, I was here. Alright, I think we can leave then. Thanks. Wasn't even anything particularly good down here. I mean, besides the plot stuff for Dalton. I really gotta improve the quality of some of my other equipment that I have on. Shields and armors and whatnots. Alright. Hey, how is this gonna go?
Greetings.
Did you find her? Yes, but not as you expected. Rowena used to wear this. Where'd you get it? Even now, he feels the soul of his beloved, recognizes the spirit that haunts his memories, his dreams. He would happily drown in them, yet what kind of fate is it for his beloved, trapped between lives for his comfort? From Helig, who's kept her soul trapped inside it for decades. Time to set her free. Dalton's eyes widened in horror. No, please! I've been searching for her for so long. Just to have her close to me, to visit her in my dreams. That would be enough. Perhaps she found you now so that you can finally say goodbye. His expression withers. You're right. Please, let me do it. Draws a club with a trembling hand and crushes the amulet. As the gem cracks, you feel essence rush from it. The old man looks at the shattered gemstone. Thank you for showing me reason. Perhaps she'll wait for me in the next life. By the flame, she won't have to wait long. Please, take this. From my old adventuring days. I think it's time I finally let them go. Yay! Totally not a sad ending for a dude that had a bad time. Dial El... Oh, good. Dial Il Ibita. Right. Was owned by the Vathan barbarian Badrin Kaldua. Oh. Things that make me want to give up playing this game. Trying to pronounce half of these words. This club has ended the life of many an opponent. Badrin was known to rush headlong into every battle, swinging the club over his head, shouting that vengeance, love, just and merciless. Even in victory, Badrin was merciless, using the club to dispatch wounded or captive foes where they lay. In time, his battle cry came to be associated with the weapon itself, remembered long after Badwin's death. That's a fine club. Additional damage against those are like stunned or prone. Yeah, the flankedness would be good for Liliana, because that additional damage would be so good. I'm actually just kind of annoyed at myself because I didn't realize I had that ring on me that does additional damage to spirits. Pardon me. Spirits and vessels. Which, yeah, that would have been great in that entire section down there. Let's see, I don't want to necessarily continue to the Wodka's stuff just yet. I want to check out some of these other homes. Let's see. Excuse me, pardon me, counter, like right. Have I checked out this house? I think I did, and it was empty. Save for this door, which cannot be opened without the proper key. That's fine, I suppose. Oh, so of note too, me spawning in the writs of the Untamed Wild Scrolls. I swear, like, okay, look at the top left here. I swear when typing it in, that at the end it's writ underscore of the blah 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 blah, and then underscore, it looks like it's just that. That and 2. No, turns out that's an L. And I hate it. I mostly hate it just because it took me like an additional 5 minutes just to be all like, oh hey, is this the thing? No. Is it an L? Is it a 2? Is it a 3? Anyways, what the hell else there was again? It might have been stuff to do with the use of the fox. I never actually went around asking questions there. I went there with the porpoise. And if I didn't finish that porpoise, then I was 100% going to just go off on my own.
Well met, friend.
Lively place. It was founded in the early days of Direwooden Independence by a traveling scholar named Errol of Levi, one of the places where kith of all backgrounds could gather and hash out the issues facing their new country. It didn't take long for the place to fill up. Brackenbury aristocrats argued with dock workers from the gift, while soldiers wrangled with politicians. Direwoodens have never been known to turn down an argument. What happened next? Soon kith were coming from the farms and settlements too. This place got even more popular with the Valian sailors than the salty mast, and that was the problem. No matter what people say about fair-mindedness and civil debate, there's only so much people will tolerate. Errol found himself on the wrong side of an argument with the wrong Thane. When he disappeared a few days later, some said it was the work of the Thane. But Errol knew which way the wind was blowing. If you ask me, he skipped town, hid out somewhere, hoping for rational minds to prevail in Defiance Bay. If only he could see it now. Okay. Is there anyone else named that was not in fact Brad Furris. Ah, yes. I've definitely went this way before, but... Well, heck. You would think that the goddamned, tavern of all places would have a buttload of quests and plot points to... plot hooks, that's the word. To latch onto. I mean, I know that we can talk to the folks at the expedition hall. I just don't know exactly what it is that the expedition... Excuse me while I freaking have a stroke trying to say anything right now. Point is, should be, I don't know, something to do. Go ahead and have a chat. See if we can't get an
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Osric sent me to you. Was looking for an expedition. I have expeditions, but not just for anyone. We dozens help those of like mind indeed. How about you give Osric a hand first? Show us where you stand. I'm not going anywhere. Okay then, I guess we're helping Osric. Which he wanted me to get some armor. Sword, reforge this weapon. Bounty that I've yet to be able to do. All these are the main questy stuff, right? Ah. I mean, breastplate would be somewhere in the Crucifix Hall of First Fires. Okay, so we gotta go to the First Fires for this one. I will not lie. I have no clue where I'm going when it comes to anywhere in this place. Oh, God. So here's actually, you know what? We'll save going to the First Fires for next episode. I don't know what the hell is up in this building. And I want to say that's going to be the last building I've not Brackenbury, Catacombs, First Fires, yeah. Gonna be a bunch of hoity-toity mages around here, aren't there?
Books hold so many answers, yet you cannot merely ask them a question aloud. You must pore through the pages and hunt for knowledge yourself. I like to think of libraries as way shrines to WoW.
Okay.
How do you do?
The woman barely glances up from the tomes on the table as you approach. You're welcome to browse the sacks, but mind that you keep your voice down. This is still the temple after all, and Grimda doesn't tolerate disorder. Who's Grimda? She speaks reverently. Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing, anyway. You'll probably tread lightly around here today. Anything else? The temple looks like a library. Her eyes grow wide and round. That's because it is. Whale is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption and decryption, concealment and revelation. He raises her hands to the row of shelves. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and the protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. Fascinating, isn't it? Temples dedicated to Whale tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. Well, alright then. So, I take it we just can't casually steal these without upsetting a lot of people. I mean, I could probably just turn invisible, but, you know. That requires someone else in my party. The obscured leaves clues for those who seek.
Hail and well met.
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks as tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at you. You're welcome to look around, but let the priests and scriveners continue their search. She shoots the nearest robed figure a withered glare. Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses. What are you looking for? Maybe I could help find it. She sizes you up, stroking her chin. I could trust you to bring it back, I suppose. Scowls at the robed priests again. Certainly couldn't do worse than this lot anyways. Thieves made off with an ancient scroll of Whale. They intend to blaspheme by selling it that which would remain hidden, a secret of 100 visions. Her wiry eyebrows arched over her spectacles. The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse on the road to Direford. Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do with them, but bring back the scroll. Whale rewards the persistent seeker, and so do I. What else do you need? Questions. Ask. What do you know about the thieves? Very little, except that they were foolish to believe they could steal from the God of Secrets. That and they were fleeing to a farmhouse. What's so special about the scroll? Whale is the God of Secrets. If I told you that, I'd cheapen it, wouldn't I? It's a parable, the kind that nourishes the inquisitive mind and poisons the foolish. I'd like to know more about Whale. Her smile reveals a row of crooked teeth. That's the rub, isn't it? Whale is the god of things hidden and revealed. The more of the 100 visions one sees, the more one has yet to discover. Though we often call Whale he who sees and is not seen, it is neither male nor female. To assign a definitive characteristic to Whale is to miss another essential part of its divinity. 100 visions. A term of reverence for Whale's many revelations. Despite the name, they're infinite. Each epiphany leads to yet another enigma. I thought I was busy. Hello, Sagani. Alright. Direford farmhouse. Yeah, looks like I'm leaving the city if I want to complete this quest anytime soon.
Hail and
Real
well
quick.
met.
Perception. What is my perception at? I'm doing it. It's always at the end of the video, but I'm doing it. I'm eating some cookies. Nom. Quick save just in case it does something stupid.
Welcome.
Seems odd that a few burglars managed to steal from a place like this. Some secrets Wales keeps even from me. That provided nothing. However you can, kill them, rob them, leave them, it makes no difference to me. I'll consider it one of Wales' mysteries. Alright then.
Hey there.
I mean, at least I had some cookies. Can't go wrong with cookies. Even though I want cookies. Yeah, that's something I need to remember. Like, if it's a separate skill thing, like survival or stealth or whatever, there's little I can do to increase it besides actually taking, like, not the skill, a spell to increase it. Oh god, I gotta go all here to get to the freaking world map, or can I just use this path to get to the first fires through world navigation? Good. Okay. Direwood. The first place that comes to mind is here, because there's a lot of farmhouses. 77,000 fans. Payday. Well, I say there's a lot of farmhouses, but you know what I mean. I need to remember the layout of these goddamn places in the first place. I wonder if the girl's here now. No? Still only you? Hey, was it here? I forget exactly where it was. There was the, we had mentioned going to the church.
Do you enjoy hunting with your Stelgar form? Or do you prefer traditional weapons?
Well, my favorite trick is to pretend I'm just a dead Orlan until something gets really close. Then I shift.
A clever tactic.
I'll say, I once killed a moose by giving it a heart attack.
Yeah, I wonder, I can't help but wonder if, like, the the Duke's niece quest or anything will go any further than just, hey, she's now just out there running around the wilds or something. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and call an episode here. When we return, I kind of want to deal with these thieves first, seeing as I'm already out here now. And hopefully I can find it. Just that building's all not done. Finish this in 2 hours. But thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope we're all enjoying this series as much as I'm loving playing it. And as always, I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care. Cheers.